Hello and welcome to The Lab, a Minecraft podcast. I am The Troj. I am not MinerThoughts. Today, I'm running solo again. Now, we are actually considering running a classic episode for this week because both Miner and myself have been quite busy and just for various reasons, we couldn't catch up this week to actually record something. And I was coming down to edit and put together a classic episode, and an idea struck me for something that we could possibly talk about. And I thought, you know what? Let's go with a Troj talk. So let's do that. So please indulge me for the next 5 to 10 minutes or so as we go through this and see what we actually get into. Now, I've done zero prep for this. I'm sort of just speaking off the cuff. The idea came to me strangely while I was clearing out a drain in my backyard. Weird, I know, right? But I was just thinking about there's so many different ways to play Minecraft, and I'd love to know what our listeners, our viewers, think and what they actually and how they play the game. Because even in, the various major categories, there's even sub-segments of that. And what was leading me to thinking this was actually my Twitch channel, which you can find on Twitch at The1Troj. Love to see some people over there from the podcast at some stage. But I've been thinking about a lot of different things. I'm doing a bit of an upgrade coming soon, a bit of a refresh of the channel and things that we do. And in recent times, for the longest time, I almost exclusively streamed vanilla Minecraft content, usually from the Interrealms SMP. But also at times I would stream occasionally some modded stuff, but for the most part, it was usually exclusively Interrealms. And it got to a point where lately I've started doing a solo hardcore world playthrough. I'm doing some challenges, more collabs and stuff like that. And it's just, I was thinking, what do I do? What do I add for variety? Because you don't want to go too far when it comes to variety. You don't want to do too many different things, I don't think. You want a sense of, continuation. So if someone comes and watches you starting to build a creeper farm, as an example, when they come back next time, you're still building it or you're working on that project or whatever. So it led me down the rabbit hole of the different types of Minecraft. And I was like, there's just so many ways to play Minecraft. So obviously you've got your vanilla, your stock standard vanilla. Now, that could move into the modded sphere because technically, the way I play vanilla is with mods, but quality of life mods that don't add or break the vanilla immersion, in my opinion. So vanilla-like / vanilla-ish, I guess. And we're talking mods here when I say the vanilla that I play with quality of life. You've got things like the zoom mod, fast leaf decay, which is technically like a data pack, not a mod, but it still modifies the game, I guess. Just with different things that help with the inventory, such as like a sort button now that I've got a mod for that. But nothing that changes or adds things to the game in terms of, the way it looks, the way it acts, different items, vanilla Minecraft. And I think that's probably, for most people, that's definitely how they start, but it's definitely probably the more popular way of playing. And then leading on from vanilla, obviously, you have your hardcore, which is the one hit, one shot, you're done sort of thing. But even in hardcore, there's so many different options that you have. So as I mentioned before, currently I'm playing through different challenges who I'm collabing with another fabulous creator called Just Dash, who owns a Twitch SMP. And we've recently started doing challenge in hardcore. The most recent thing that we've been doing is a Badlands only biome, trying to go through and complete it. And that's actually harder than it sounds. But then in hardcore, you've got different standards or different levels of hardcore. You've got normal hardcore, which is it's basically vanilla Minecraft, but you've only got the one life, and if you die, that's it. But then you've also got ultra hardcore, which means you don't have regeneration of your hearts. So if you take damage, you don't heal. Then you've got, in that whole sphere as well, you've got challenges like I've been doing there with Dash, but you've also got speedrunning. And that is a huge, massive thing, trying to finish the game. And by finish the game, we mean like getting through and dealing with the Ender Dragon on as quick as possible, as quick as you can. Just the variety of a way you can play the game is absolutely insane. Then obviously out of hardcore, you move into the modded sphere. And when we're talking modded, oh my goodness, there's things from creating the world into a zombie apocalypse, minor mod packs, major mod packs, things like the create mod, which is probably one of the more popular ones out there, which is probably like one of the more popular ones out there. It's just absolutely insane, the options that if you go into like Curse Forward or Modrinth or something and you look at mod packs, the options, if you can't find something to play, if you're bored in the game of Minecraft, then there's something very, very wrong with you. But I think that's what has led to the longevity of Minecraft as a whole, just being able to have that variety to play it your way. And it's why it continues to be one of the go-to games. And particularly when it comes to streaming, I have occasionally played other things on my live streams over on The1Troj over on Twitch. But nothing compares to playing Minecraft. Like, I really love, when I'm streaming, I really, really love to interact with chat, talk, get the vibes flowing, gets a bit exciting at times, etc., etc. When the hype trains start coming in, or we do our dance parties or whatever it is that we do. And no other game that I've played really gives you the ability to stay within the game and interact with chat in that way. For me anyway, if I'm having to play like a first-person shooter or something like that, or 7 Days to Die, I find I'm having to concentrate too much on the game to stay alive and not die, as opposed to Minecraft, where I can just go stand in the corner for a minute and talk to chat. And I think it's a game that really lends itself to being live and live streaming, but the variety it gives you, the options. Anyway, I have rambled on here for quite an amount of time. But guys, I would love to know, either if you're watching this on YouTube, down in the comments below, or send us an email, or head on over to the MinerThoughts Discord, or hit us up on Twitter or Blue Sky. How do you play Minecraft? What options do you have to play Minecraft? And I would genuinely like to know maybe even what mod packs you play if you're playing modded, because I'm looking at doing different things on streams, different challenges to do with Dash, things like that as well. Just different options, different variety for the old Twitch channel. And you never know, I might even get back to making videos one day, and I'll need content for that. So do let us know in the comments. Thank you for indulging me for another Troj talk. And yeah, hopefully Miner and I will be back next week, and we will pick up our regular scheduled programming then. But until then, thanks for listening. Thanks always for showing up and watching and listening to the podcast. We do appreciate it. It always blows my mind when I see the monthly stats of the amount of downloads that we get. You guys are absolutely awesome. Keep it up, because without you guys, there is no podcast. You are the reason that we do it, or the listeners that we get. We really, truly appreciate it. But with that, we will talk soon, and we will catch you in the next one.
This has been a production of the MinerThoughts Podcast Network. For more information, go to podcast.interrealmssmp.com. You can see that full link in the description of this episode. Thank you for listening.